He had everything, money, power, a perfect mansion, until one night, the nanny quietly said the one thing he simply couldn't hear anymore. Meet John Caldwell, a self-made millionaire, the kind of guy whose name is on the skyscraper, whose cars line the driveway, whose parties are legendary. But behind the glitz, something was wrong. His family seemed distant, the mansion felt cold, and nights were sleepless. Enter Maria, the nanny. She arrived almost quietly, clipboard in hand, kind eyes, calm demeanor. She observed. She listened. And after a few weeks, she whispered truths John could no longer ignore. Then one evening, Maria handed John a list, 10 items he had to ban from his household. He balked, he argued. But as each item was removed, strange things started to change. Here are those 10 banned items in reverse order, counting down to the most shocking one. 10. Item 10, the welcome. Champagne bottle on the front porch. You know the tradition. Arriving guests are greeted with a chilled bottle of champagne, popping corks, glitz and glam. But Maria made him ban this ritual. What it is? A large display of premium champagne bottles outside the front door. Part of the luxury first impression. Why it's banned? Because the display was a superficial distraction from deeper issues. Guests never stepped inside the family room. The children refused to bring friends over, and John was hiding behind the flash. Maria explained that the welcome bottle shouted, "Look at me," rather than "Come in, you're home." By removing it, John had to face the emptiness inside. Item number 9, the private jet model on his office desk. John's office had a scale model of his private jet, gleaming silver, sitting beside his laptop. What it is? A detailed miniature model of the jet he used for business and holiday flights. Why it's banned? Because it symbolized escape rather than presence. Every time John looked at it, he was reminded of leaving his family, leaving his responsibilities, leaving real connection. Maria argued that by banning the model, John had to stop fantasizing about flight and start being present, grounded in his own home and life. 8. Item number 8, the exotic pet tiger plush in the child's room. In the master bedroom of his youngest, there sat a giant plush tiger. Extravagant, wild, exotic. What it is? A huge luxury stuffed tiger, imported, placed for show in the child's playroom. Why it's banned? It represented power and exoticism, but it also bred isolation. The child never invited playdates, and the family lived as on display rather than in community. Maria recognized the symbolism. This wasn't about comfort, it was about spectacle. By removing the tiger, John helped his child fit in with peers rather than stand alone in a plush wilderness. 7. Item 7. The locked vault, wine cellar invitation. John had a cellar behind glass doors with a keypad lock, shelves of rare vintages. Only selected guests were invited after midnight. What it is? A VIP-style wine cellar that functioned more like a club than a home amenity. Why it's banned? Because it segregated insiders from insiders, as if the mansion wasn't already divided into us and them. Maria argued that home must be open, shared, inclusive. By shutting down the exclusive invitation-only cellar, John broke down invisible walls and brought everyday dinners back to the main kitchen. 6. Item number 6. The virtual reality escape room in the basement. Hidden in the basement was a high-end VR rig, complete with soundproof room, expensive headsets, missions for John and his friends. What it is? An immersive VR gaming setup designed to let John and his circle escape reality for hours at a time. Why it's banned? Because John was literally escaping from his real life. Maria told him, "You don't need to build a bunker to hide in. Try stepping into the life you already have." Removing the VR escape forced John to face his emotional baggage, not mask it with tech adrenaline. 5. Item number 5. The invisible staff. Door between living room and service corridor. There was a hidden service door, stylish, mirrored, always locked, between the living room and the staff corridor. No guests, no family members, just cameras and quiet traffic behind the scenes. What it is: a design feature to separate public family social zones from service staff zones in the home. Why it's banned: because it created separation, not just physical but emotional. Maria pointed out that when your family never sees the people who keep the house running, you subconsciously believe you deserve separation too. By opening that door and literally removing its lock, John allowed his family into the day-to-day flow of his household and let his staff be part of the home culture, not ghosts behind the wall. 4. Item number 4. The billion-dollar art piece in the foyer. John had invested millions in a statement sculpture in the foyer, a giant chrome twisting form. Guests took selfies but stayed on the periphery. What it is: a massive commissioned artwork designed to proclaim wealth from the moment you enter. Why it's banned: because it was a barrier, not a welcome. Maria observed that the art piece made visitors stand back and stare rather than cross the threshold into the heart of the home. By relocating it out of the public foyer into a private study, John shifted the message from "look at what I have" to "you're invited in." 3. Item number 3. The corporate logo wallpaper in the kids' playroom. Yes, the children's playroom walls were covered with wallpaper showing John's company logo and corporate achievements. Subtle? Not so. What it is: branding of the father's business in the children's space. Why it's banned: because kids shouldn't live inside their parents' legacy. They need their own. Maria called it out: when the walls still belong to your business, your children can't just belong to childhood. By replacing the wallpaper with soft pastel imagery and interactive art, John allowed his kids to be kids, not extensions of his empire. 2. Item number 2. The gold-plated remote controls. Every room. Each room had its own remote control. Luxury edition, gold-plated, engraved with initials for lights, blinds, media, even room fragrance. What it is: ultra-luxury remotes used to manage the house environment with opulence. Why it's banned: because the remotes symbolized control in its most extravagant form, and John was controlling everything to avoid chaos. Maria's message: a home doesn't need to be controlled. It needs to be lived in. Removing the gold remotes meant turning to simpler manual interactions. Turning a knob, opening a window, pressing a plain button. It reminded John and his family to be present and tactile. 1. Item number 1. The safe in the master bedroom under the bed. This was the top banned item. John had a floor safe under his bed, filled with cash, jewelry, documents, even passports. He always knew where it was, always checked it, always worried about it. What it is: a high-security safe in the master bedroom, symbolizing hidden fear and distrust. Why it's banned: because this safe represented fear of loss and detachment from trust, from relationships. Maria whispered, "You can't love freely if you're locking away everything you care about." By removing the safe, or relocating it into a bank vault off-premises, John physically removed his fear from the bedroom. He started sleeping without checking under the bed. He started trusting life instead of guarding it. 3. The outro. And there you have it. 10 items that a millionaire banned upon his nanny's quiet, brave revelation. He thought owning more would make him stronger, safer, happier. But what he discovered was the opposite. True freedom, connection, trust, and presence come not from accumulation, but from letting go. If you've ever felt surrounded by things yet starved for meaning, ask yourself, what am I holding on to that hides the truth inside? Maybe it's not a champagne bottle or a locked safe, but the principle is the same. Clear the clutter. Break the walls. Invite real life in. Thanks so much for watching. If this story gave you pause, drop a comment below. Which of the 10 items resonates with your life the most? And are you brave enough to ban it? Don't forget to like this video if it hit you, and subscribe for more stories you won't always believe. And yet, they prove real. Until next time, remember, wealth doesn't just live in what you own, it lives in what you share. 4. Keywords for stock video searches. Here's a sequential list of keyword phrases you can enter into a stock video library, e.g., Shutterstock, Adobe Stock, Pexels, to match the flow of the script. luxury mansion exterior night aerial, wealthy businessman office desk model private jet. Large champagne bottle front entrance luxury house, exotic stuffed tiger plush child's bedroom luxury home, VIP wine cellar locked door luxury house, home virtual reality gaming room basement elite, hidden service corridor staff door luxury mansion, $1 million sculpture foyer luxury home, kids playroom corporate logo wallpaper luxury home, gold-plated remote control luxury room, master bedroom floor safe under bed luxury home, family dinner living room open home inclusive lifestyle, nanny caring for wealthy family home candid, man removing items from house inventory transition, businessman reflecting alone in modern home night, home renovation change family reconnecting house, father playing with children living room warm, close-up hands turning analog light switch, family gathering cozy living room casual happy, text overlay future video subscribe animation end screen. That's your full script, ready for recording. Let me know if you'd like variations on tone, additional elements like on-screen text prompts, or a tighter segment for a shorter version.